Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a comparison / review of the two Naked palettes. So I have them right here. Pretty much what I'm going to do is just go through each palette, tell you what I do like and what I don't like, and then just a comparison of the two at the end, and my suggestions if you're kind of curious about if you need the second one, or if you got the second one, you didn't have the first one, stuff like that. So I'll give you all that stuff in this video. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So this is the first Naked palette, which is beat up like no other. This is the Naked palette I've had since the first day it was released, so that's why it looks like this. I have a backup one which looks much nicer, and I probably should have used it for this video, but I'm going to be just showing you the one that I've had all along. So these are the colors in here, and this Naked palette has more warm colors than the second one. So like let me just go through. This is Virgin. This is a shimmery highlight. Sin, which most people use a highlight, but I like this as an overall lid. I like shimmer on the lid. So Naked, which is a matte skin toned color, good for blending out colors and good for just in the crease in general. Sidecar, which is a super glittery shade, which is really gorgeous, but I just think it has a tad too much glitter. Buck, which is a darker matte brown. Half Baked, which is an amazing gold color. Smog, which is almost like a goldeny brown, which is really gorgeous. Dark Horse, which to me has a green tone to it, which I'm not crazy about, but whatever. And then there is Toasted, which to me is almost like the darker version of Sin. So that's Sin and that is Toasted. Like if it was deepened up and stuff, that would be like the sister shade of Sin. And then Hustle, which is like a purpley reddish brown. And then Creep, which is a shimmery black, and then a gunmetal color, which is called Gunmetal. So that's the things that I like about this palette. I think that they have a good variety of shades. Like these two down here work wonderfully. And then these three down here, like this is a perfect combination for somebody who has fair skin, like, because sometimes us like fair skin girls are more intimidated by shades like darker like this. So if you don't want to use the darker shades, you have like the colors that you would need to make a good, just a good like look with these. And then this is also good. Pretty much all of these should not be intimidating to somebody who has fair skin. But then these colors are also good for somebody who has darker skin, you know what I'm saying? So there's definitely a good variety for everyone. There are only two matte shades in this palette, but this one, which is Naked, is an amazing matte color. So I love that color. Buck is a little bit too dark for me. Just for my preference, it's not too dark for anybody else, but it's just, I'm not crazy about this shade, but I'm glad that they like included that, because if you're darker than me, then you need that. And that could be, if you are darker skin, that could be an amazing blend, like color used to blend out the crease or anything like that. So I think that overall they did really good with making a variety in this palette, but a lot of people complained that there was no matte highlighter, which is one thing that isn't too great. And then there also isn't a matte black. So all of these down here are completely shimmers. So that's one thing that people complain about, and I can understand where they're coming from, because the highlight isn't such a big deal for me. I mean, I do like matte highlights, but the matte black is like kind of a deal breaker, because I hated having, because these are like my favorite colors down here, like I said, but then I would have to have either a single eyeshadow. I used NYX's single eyeshadow in black, and then or I'd have to use my Sigma Bear palette and use their matte black, which I think is Control. But you know, like, you kind of just want a palette you can grab, just use all those shades and be done with it. And then this palette came with a double-sided eyeliner, which looks like this, and I think that was awesome that they included that, because they also included a mini primer potion. So pretty much when you bought this palette, you had everything you needed to make like a complete look. All you pretty much needed was some mascara and you were done. So I love that. And then this packaging is very light. It's very sleek. I love that it's felt up here. It just feels so good to like hold. And then the inside part, it's kind of made of like a cardboard. And that's probably the one thing I'm not crazy about, is just like what happens like if this gets smashed. Like the cardboard isn't really going to protect like the shadows, you know what I'm saying? And then the only other thing would probably be that there is no like clips right here to close it. Like it's just magnetic. So if you're traveling, I would just be wary of that. Just something to think about. So okay, here's the second Naked palette, Naked 2. And this palette is more cool toned. See, it has like some taupes and all that good stuff. The only shade that is the same in both palettes is Half Baked. So we'll go through this. This is Foxy, which is a matte yellow toned highlight, which is amazing that they put that in there. Then, like I said, Half Baked, which is this Booty Call, which is like a kind of champagne, but more like an off-white shimmery color. And then there is Chopper, which is like this is like a sister color to Sidecar, just with different tones, because the glitters in this remind me of Sidecar, but this is a more, because that one, Sidecar is actually a cooler color than this, so this is like a warmer version of Sidecar. Tease, which is a matte color, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love that color. Snake Bite, it's right there, golden brown. Suspect, I don't know how well that's going to show up. Pistol, which is probably the only color in this palette I'm not crazy about, because to me it has a green tint, just like Dark Horse, kind of. I think that's which one. Let me see. Yeah, to me, Dark Horse, let me try to get these. So it's these two right here. Do you see them? This is Dark Horse down here, and this is Pistol right here. Whoops. And I just think that, I don't know, I could do without the green shade, but whatever. Then they have Verve, which is like a silvery shade, and then they have YDK, which is a slightly more golden shade right there. And they have Busted right there, so that's almost like a reddish brown slightly. And then they have Blackout, which is a matte black, which is amazing that they included that. I definitely think that they thought about what people were saying when they created this palette. Again, like I'm saying, in this one it's a little bit different, but all of these shades, honestly, I don't think any of these are going to be too dark for somebody to wear if you're light skin. If you're dark skin, you know, you're not going to have that kind of trouble, but when you're fair skin, you do have to think about like how colors are going to look on your skin, because sometimes if you put a little bit of black, it looks like you have raccoon eyes just because you're so light. So I love, love, love that they listened. So now they have a matte highlight, a matte taupe color, and a matte black right there. So this is one of those palettes you can literally pick up and just use this, like straight out of here. That's what I did today. I didn't use any other colors, so I don't know if you can see that. I was having a little bit of trouble with my makeup this morning though, so it doesn't look its best, but still, nonetheless, I think that they definitely took the criticism from the first palette and like used that to create a better rounded palette for the people who were upset with the first one. I mean, I'm not really upset with either one of them. I love them both, but I definitely think the people who weren't too happy with the first one are going to like this one a lot better, just because if like a matte highlight is super important to you, if a matte black is super important to you, then you're good because it has that. So this one also came with a double-sided brush. If I can get it out. I just left it in the packaging. So there's like a blending brush on this side and then just a shader brush on this side. So like I said, if you're traveling, if you're not doing like a super intricate look, all you need is this brush. And then it also came with a mini lip junkie in Naked. I don't know if that's focusing. But so I think that this is really awesome. The only color I don't like I said, is Pistol. All the other ones are fine. And then Dark Horse. So, I mean, there's one color in each that I'm not crazy about, so it's about even there. And then the one other thing I have to say is this Tease color isn't super pigmented, but I think it's pigmented enough for me, because a dark matte color is just too much for me. So, I mean, it's buildable though as well. Like if I push like harder, you see it'll come off like darker than that. but I think it's absolutely perfect. That's actually what I put in the crease. Then it's covered by Snakebite, I think. So, I love the colors. And then about the packaging, this one is a not plastic, it's like almost like a metal packaging, and it's, again, I think they're about the same size. Let me show you. So, looks like that. They're pretty much the same size. Just this one might be like a little bit bigger, but it feels sturdier. I wouldn't be afraid to travel with this if I was just throwing it in a bag, because it has these things on the top where it will snap. So nothing is going to open this. And if it got crushed, like I said, I feel like this packaging is going to protect my shadows more than the cardboard of the first one. But to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Some people will like that they can just, like, okay, done, closed it. And then this one is a little bit harder to get open because it is closed pretty tightly. But it could be a bad thing or it could be a good thing, depending. But I like the fact that I don't have to be afraid that something's going to happen to them when I'm traveling or going on a trip or anything like that. So, okay, so let's get down to the serious stuff. Are they worth it? Absolutely. I would buy these. If I could do it again, I would buy them again. You know what I'm saying? These are just the greatest palettes ever. I would rather spend my money on a really great palette than waste my money on something that isn't as great. Like, I've spent so much money at the drugstore thinking, oh, this is going to be like the perfect neutral palette, but it never is. Like, these are just, they have everything that you are going to need. If you have these, you probably don't need any more palettes ever again. If you are a neutral person, you know what I'm saying? If you like colors, then obviously you can have other palettes and stuff. But for me, I don't really like to do all the colorful, like, looks and stuff. So it's like every time I buy a palette, I get disappointed because I'm comparing it to the Naked palette. So, but this one has actually surprised me in how much I do like it. Because I was like, I bought it. Well, I didn't buy it. I got it. My friend gave it to me, and I was just like kind of nervous that I wasn't going to like it as much, but then it actually surprised me because I really did enjoy this palette more than I thought I would, just because I'm so in love with the first one. So I don't have a favorite as of right now. I need some more time to play around with the second one to like fully decide, but these are definitely my two favorite palettes that I've ever, probably the two favorite like makeup items I've ever bought. Another question would be if you need both of them, and the answer is no, just because your skin tone and what you prefer is going to be the deciding factor in whether you need both of these or just one or anything like that. So if all of these shades will work for you, go ahead and get both, you know what I'm saying? But if you didn't like stuff about the first Naked palette, like if they're like the matte color and the matte highlight and matte black, get the second one. If you want warmer colors, go for the first one. It just all depends on you. Nobody needs both. We don't need anything, but if you do get both, you're pretty much set for all the neutral colors you're going to need. Because it does have everything. Because in the first one it has like the matte skin tone, and then the second one it has a matte taupe. So both of those are going to be great. And then you have a matte black and a shimmery black. You have matte highlight and a shimmery highlight. You have like all of that stuff. It's just, I think that these are absolutely amazing. And if you want both, I'm not saying don't, because I did. So, and I'm glad that I did, because I kind of I wanted to know if it was going to be as good as the first one, because I mean, I never thought that there was going to be a palette that beat the first one. And that's why I told myself I will be buying that again and again until they stop selling it. So for them to come out with a second one and it to actually live up to the first one, I think is a great accomplishment on their part. And both of these palettes run for, I think, $50 now. So if you're going to get both, it's going to be about $100. But just think about that. These are, I'm pretty sure that these are full-size or nearly full-size shadows. One Urban Decay full-size shadow is like $20. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you get 12 in each. Yeah, there's 12 in each palette. So do the math. I mean, seriously, you would only have to get 5 of these to spend what you're going to spend on 24 shadows. Like, why are you going to do that? Don't. just go out and buy both of them if you want to try their shadows. And if you don't like it, take it back. Because most beauty stores now will let you return things if you aren't happy with them within like a certain amount of time. I know that Ulta is like, I think it's between like 30 and 90 days, somewhere in between there. And then as long as there's more than half of the product left, you can still take it back and you return it. And I'm pretty sure it's not store credit, you'll just get your money back. So I think just go ahead and try it out. I don't think that you're going to be disappointed at all. I know that I'm not. I'm actually very surprised at how much I like both of them, because before getting the first Naked palette, I wasn't super into makeup. And then like as soon as I got that, like it like opened up this world like, oh my gosh, makeup is actually made this nice. Like I never knew though, because I always had like drugstore, eyeshadow, drugstore, like eyeliner, all that stuff. And then as soon as I got that, I realized like, wow, there's like really great products out there for us to like discover. So then that's like pretty much the Naked palette is the whole reason I got into makeup so much. And I'm so glad it did, because like now there's just, you know, there's all kinds of makeup for us to try. And I think that Urban Decay has found a really great way to make probably the 2 best palettes on the market as of right now. So I'm really pleased with these, and I think that you guys will be too. So I think that is all I have to say. I know I said a lot. If you guys need swatches or anything like that, just request them and I will put them on my blog. I will put my link to the blog below if anybody wants to go there. So yeah, I think that is it. I really hope that this video helped you guys, because I kind of would have liked to see like an in-depth review before I got one, just because, you know, you need to know these kinds of things. But when you're going to shell out like $50 for an eyeshadow palette. So yeah, so I really hope that this helped you guys in some way, or it helped you decide you don't want them or you do want them, or if you need one, all that good stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll be posting some more videos in the future. I'm still trying to get this whole camera situation worked out. I'm actually using my old camcorder right now because the new camera that I got does not autofocus, so it's harder for me to film things that have to be like up close and like focus on. So that's why the quality of this probably won't be as nice as my HD videos, so I apologize for that. But yeah, hopefully I'll be getting this whole editing situation fixed, because with my new HD camera, if I edit it, it gets like rainbow pixels all over like the video, and then I can't post it because then it's like corrupted or something. So if you guys know what's going on or how to help me, please leave it down below so I can start posting high definition videos again. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all very soon.